What I have discovered when taking part in my target audience research for this coursework is that different age gaps have had different perceptions on what they think the target audience for this film noir would be. Um, the older audiences that I have interviewed and questioned have said that they believe that people of the age of 40 up to 80-year-olds would be the primary target audience due to the fact that they would have grown up watching these films when they were younger. However, the younger people that I have interviewed have argued that they have tried to watch film noirs in order to grasp a concept of 1940s lifestyle and how they could relate to them now. As well as this, recent film noirs and neo noirs that they have released have had a higher content of violence and sexual content, which would involve and include those younger ages. In terms of the target audience, in terms of gender, is primarily aimed at males. This is distinguished by the entire planning, making, and history of film noir. An example of this would be introducing a character such as the femme fatale, as we have, which generally play an undercover role. In terms of what I have learnt through the audience feedback that we have acquired, is that we generally across our group have managed to nail down the film noir genre. We've got conventions throughout our pieces that do show that we can understand the genre and how we can apply it to media text, and that show that we have a grasp of how the film industry will distribute things such as posters, movies, and websites. As well as this, we have learned that we have, in particular the trailer, and I'd say in the magazine, that people picked up on the stereotypical features that a film noir would use. For example, in my focus group, my interview, they picked up at the use of smoke, silhouettes, dark alleyways, clothing, mise en scène were all prominent throughout. And I think a few people in the survey definitely picked up on the fact that the colour scheme used in our magazine was very reminiscent of past film noir products, as well as the positive aspects of our target audience feedback. We've also received feedback that has been more critical and work in progress. For example, in a focus group, in several surveys and other interviews I did outside of the focus group, the main point to pick up on was the lack of speed in some of the shots that we had, and the almost too much continuity in terms of the music that we had on our trailer, which could have been broken up with different types of music and sound, which would have made it possibly, would have fitted in with the non-chronological order that we had our clips actually in, would have created, would have added to that enigma code that we had involved in our trailer. However, people did pick up on the fact that although we did stick to the genre as a whole, we did manage to subvert the typical film noir stereotypes. For example, with the use of the music, it was Lana Del Rey song, where it's typically a jazz track that would go on a trailer, as well as I say, it was like a modern housing in our trailer that we saw with characters that had modern jobs, for example, state agent